Hello and welcome back to Murders on the Yangtze River. Last episode we had a little bit of a dream while looking for more information, I guess, in a library. And we'll go from there. Shen, I found the manuscript. I think I just fell asleep. Yes, it's already dawn outside. Mr. Shen, while you were sleeping, I searched through all the shelves and finally found that book. Praise me, praise me. Surely, quickly bring the book to Mr. Shen. Mr. Shen, it seems that Lope borrowed inspiration from this novel. Death Under the Caisson, written by Sinosura. If not for my grandfather's urgent letter, I wouldn't have returned to this ancestral hall. The old door knocker is covered in mottled rust, just like the stench of lucre on my uncle's. My aunt would boast to everyone about the phonograph her son brought back from studying abroad. It is said to have recordings of famous opera singers she intended to show off in the ceremony. Uncle was killed. He was stabbed to death during the ancestral ceremony. Ooh, that's the exact same thing. With that, well, I say the exact same thing. But with like a, something that would float and then drop a dagger down onto the body. Well, at that time, still the person. That's a locked room, and the only key is with him. Besides the body, the 7-star lamp and the singing machine captured everyone's attention. Was my uncle killed by the 7-star lamp or bewitched by the sound of the machine? I re-examined the scene, and indeed it was a locked room. The phonograph, now out of tune, seemed eerie. Could it really be the work of spirits? The killer used a sky lantern to lift the murder weapon up to the caisson. The discordant phonograph exposed the fishing line, solving the locked room mystery. But how many times must the tragedy under the caisson repeat, like the cycle of this roller? A piece of paper on the back cover, which says Eastern End of Guanting Street, Xiaobo Town. Shen, how is it? Any discoveries? The locked room, the phonograph, the sky lantern, the Big Dipper. These descriptions are consistent with the scene where my brother was killed. The room in the book lacks a skylight, yet has a roof caisson. Both serve the same purpose. The fishing line was replaced with Morse code paper strip. Compared to Lope's novel, this manuscript is even closer to the scene of my brother's death. It's as if the author has experienced it personally. Are the other details of the scene also the same? In the novel, the crime took place in a hall, while the London case occurred in a study room. There are other differences in the layout of the two scenes. However, these differences are irrelevant to the case. The only difference in the case is the manner of death. The manner of death? In the book, the victim is killed by a falling dagger while kneeling beneath the caisson. The weapon plunged into his back, and his body did not show any signs of contortion. What does this difference mean? I don't know. Mr. Shen, as I listened to your discussion, I suddenly had some ideas. Please share your thoughts. I remember Chernyshevsky once said, art comes from life and goes beyond it. As a writer, I understand how authors often draw inspiration from reality for their stories. Since the plot of this book bears a striking resemblance to the case you're investigating, I think the author must be someone who knows about the case, right? Alive, alive. Do the two of you happen to know who Shinosura is? I have never heard of this name. The author only left his pen name, and I don't know his real identity either. Does the author have any other works? No, this is the only submission from Shinosura. Is there any other work with a similar writing style? Perhaps the author has other pen names. While this book has a clever concept, the writing style is still inexperienced. The author seems more like a novice rather than someone who regularly writes novels. What about the handwriting? I think I've seen some manuscripts with similar handwriting. This is a transcribed copy for archiving, and the original has been returned to the author. The address to which the manuscript was returned then should still be available, right? It's been a long time, and the publishing house has relocated. These records are no longer available. Perhaps this part of the book can help us find the author. Do we still have, like, a picture of the book? Or are we what is this? Or are we supposed to, figure this out just based on... Probably not the front cover, the inner pages? I mean, I don't know how book writing in ancient China worked, but... Oh, they're talking about the address on the back cover. Never mind. On the back cover is a piece of paper saying eastern end of Guanting Street, Xiaobo Town. This does look like Pisheng's handwriting. And you? Do you know about this address? No, but you've reminded me of something. Pisheng mentioned she'd found some of the rejected author's addresses and planned to visit them. Shen, let's hurry and go visit the address left by Miss Liu. Who knows? Shinosura might just live there. Okay, let's go and have a look. May I borrow this manuscript for now? Of course, if there's anything else I can help with, feel free to ask. Goodbye, goodbye. Here we are, at the east end of Guanting Street, Xiaobo Town. Let's go in and take a look. Shen, this place seems to have been abandoned for a long time. Could it be that the author Shinosura has already moved away? Judging from its decorations and layout, it is not a residential house, but an ancestral hall. Ancestral hall? You wouldn't be living in a hall, would he? Let's find out. I feel like this looks a lot like what we saw in the book, but I don't fully remember it. The right part of the couplet, the handwriting is already blurred. Continuing the family line, fragrant, for generations to come sincerely. Shen, is the large table in the middle the altar? Yes, the stairway on top is where the ancestral tablets are placed for worship. The left part of the couplet, on which it is written, holding the candle, carrying on the ancestors' light, illuminating the virtue. Two fallen chairs. They don't seem to have anything special about them. The wooden door at the entrance of the ancestral hall. The plaque on the door reads De Shun Xiao, morality, obedience, and filial piety. Shouldn't the door of the ancestral hall usually be in the center? Why is it on the right side? Perhaps there are some feng shui considerations for this arrangement. What a coincidence. The door of the ancestral hall in the novel is also on the right side. Afu, have you not noticed the caisson above us? The caisson? Look up. This is a relatively rare octagonal caisson. almost identical to the description in the book. I looked up and saw the layers of vaults towering like the sky. The center of the vault is a Tai Chi pattern. The two yin and yang fish seem to be alive. Really, it is exactly like that. Could it be the case described in the novel actually occurred here? It's hard to say. Miss Wu once said that art originates from life. The author probably gained inspiration from here and incorporated it into the story. Miss Liu also found this place through the description in the novel. It is highly possible. Shen, it seems that there are words on this wooden board. There's a lot of dust on the wooden board. We need to wipe it off first. Make it very nice and clean. To know gratitude and pay gratitude. Oh, the plaque on the ceiling beam has fallen off. Underneath these four big characters there are also a list of names. Bright Wu, William Wu, Robert Wu, Grace Wu. All surnamed Wu. Seems like this place is the Wu family's ancestral hall. Melissa Wu, Rentley Wu, Stone Wu. Stone Wu. Shen, is there something wrong with Stone Wu? Yes, I have seen a name Stone Wu on your board. He's one of the suspects in the case. Stone Wu. Is it him? The atmosphere here is so sinister. You two come in without permission. Be careful or you may face a bloody disaster. Oh, it's an old man. Fortunately, you two are also fortunate to encounter me, Demigod Xie. Let me help you calculate how to avoid bad luck. What do you think? You're also an intruder here, aren't you? No, not at all. I'm very familiar with this place and know how to handle the situation. I know you are trying to trick us into fortune-telling and make us pay, don't you? My friend, this is all about fate and destiny. Offer 5 copper coins and light a candle. Doing a small merit for this matter will suffice. Okay, Mr. Xie. I give you 10 coins, but you don't have to tell my fortune. May I know what you need? Consecration, rituals, dream interpretation, feng shui consultation. Just a couple of questions. Great. Feel free to ask your questions. Do you know the owner of this hall? Sure. He's Wu Qiming, head of the Wu family. I calculated the marital destiny for his grandsons. But they moved to Shanghai a few years ago. This ancestral hall has been abandoned ever since. Does the Wu family have anyone who is good at writing books? Most Wus are good at business, but the third grandson of Mr. Wu, Wu Songtao, is a scholar. But I heard that he went abroad for further studies. So it is indeed him. What a coincidence. A month ago, a young lady came by and asked me the same question. Did the lady you mentioned have a round face, short hair, and wore black-framed glasses? Yes, that's right. Oh, you know each other. Did she say anything else? She says she's editor at a publishing house. Wu Songtao submitted a book 7 years ago, and she thought it was written very well. 7 years ago? Yes, that's what she said. So, that's how it is. My friend, your forehead is darkened. You are in danger. Want me to teach you how to avoid it? Phew, yuck. Ah. Shen, are you having a headache again? Shall I help you to rest? No rush. Let's first go back to the publishing house. I need to confirm some information. 4 hours later, inside the Shawnee's cabin. Shen, are you really not going to rest for a while? My mind is in turmoil, and I can't sleep either. Alright, I can't argue with you. Well, when that fortune teller mentioned 7 years ago, you seemed quite shocked, didn't you? Lopez's book, The Confined Room Mystery, was published after my brother's murder case. I've always believed that the author of the book knows about the case. However, Death Under the Caisson was written 7 years ago, much earlier than my brother's case. That means the author of the novel may not necessarily be related to the crime. Instead, the real culprit might have imitated the novel when committing the crime. The culprit is someone who's read this novel. More accurately, it is someone who knows the content of the novel. This book was rejected and did not get published. In theory, when the case occurred, only the author, editor, and transcriber knew about the book. Of course, it is also possible that the author may have shown the manuscript to other people. At the publishing house, we confirmed the editor and the transcriber had never traveled abroad. They also insisted that they had not mentioned the content of the book to anyone else. So the next step would be to confirm with the author. It seems that there is still a strong suspicion towards Stone Wu. But Stone had left London and returned to China the day before the case occurred. Wasn't a delay device discovered at the scene? That device could only delay the time for a dozen minutes, certainly not up to a day. Moreover, on the morning of the case, many people had seen my brother. The alibi of Stone Wu must have been forged. Actually, after I came back from London, I went to Shanghai to meet with Stone. He seemed perfectly fine and even presented his ship ticket and departure records as evidence. The documents indeed appeared to be genuine. Over the years, I've speculated on the possibility of Stone Wu being the culprit, but I haven't found any loopholes or inconsistencies. Indeed, if Stone is truly the culprit, how did he manage to do it? Nevertheless, we should go to Shanghai and ask him in person about this book. Absolutely. It feels like we're getting closer and closer to the truth. Shen Chongping recently went to Yangtze and found a manuscript in the publishing house. A manuscript? It's said to be a novel, and Shen Chongping believes it's related to Stone Wu. He's on his way to Shanghai, probably to find Stone Wu. I see. This looks lovely. More Chinese that I can't read. We completed chapter 5, huh? Okay. That didn't really feel like a completion, but sure. Let's hurry and go to Stone Wu's foreign goods store. Okay. Shanghai's streets are so bustling. There are more cars on the street. Jen, do you know what time I like the most here? In the evening, because there's electricity. So, guess what I want to do the most in Shanghai? Try the brand new Dang Dang tram. Jen, you truly know me. I like this. Who are you? Apparently no one important. Huh? Isn't that Mr. Joseph over there? Daddy, JC wants cola water. Denied. You've had too much today. Daddy won't get JC the cola water. JJ, don't cry. When we get to Grandpa's house, he'll make tea for you. Well, JJ doesn't want to drink tea. Just wants the cola water. Long time no see, Joseph. John. Afu? Please, wait a moment, Cheche. She's feeling a bit emotional. Cheche, this is a kaleidoscope I made myself. You want to take a look? Wow, there are flowers dancing inside. It's amazing. If you like it, I'll give it to you. John, I heard that you went to Hunan. Why did you suddenly come to Shanghai? There have been some new discoveries in my brother's case. It's been over 3 years and you're still persisting. The clues we found this time are related to Stone Wu. I want to question him again. Stone Wu. He has recently caused a lot of trouble, and the police have also been watching him. Mr. Lion, look, this is a gift from Mr. Scarecrow. Congratulations, you found this Scarecrow friend. And he said he'd go to the marvelous land of Oz with me. Oh, but all I have in my head is straw. It's okay, we can go to the Emerald City and ask the wizard to give you a brain. That's great. Then I can learn how to think. Mr. Lion, now we should head to Mr. Tin Woodman's place. Sure. Mr. Ginger is also waiting for you there. John, I need to take Chasey to her grandfather's house first. We can talk about this later. No problem. We can talk about it another day. Shen, it seems like Mr. Joseph has no way to deal with Cheche at all. This is what they call each thing has its master. Miss Lee, looking at your skin with a slight oily sheen, you must try the rose white powder water. Oil and grease vanish, instantly shining bright, skin hydrated, blossoming with delight. Do I look oily? No, not at all. But sun is the nemesis of non-oily skin. The sun in Shanghai is scorching. If you're not careful, you'll be tanned like charcoal. Why not try the tender essence, leaving your skin tender, fair as snow, and radiant? Are you saying my skin is too dark? Fair, very fair. Miss Lee, you are a natural beauty. Even the best products can only enhance it. Mr. Wu, I heard you have a new recipe for rosewater. Can you show it to me? Unfortunately, the rosewater's sold out, but would you try our jasmine powder? It's loved a lot. Okay, sure. Jung Ping, oh, what a rare guest. Ting Xiang, take care of Miss Lee for me. Okay. Miss Lee, if you have any questions, just ask me. Oh, what brought you here, I wonder? It's still about my brother's case. There are some things I want to consult about. Your brother and I were close friends. If there's anything I can help with, just say it. Mr. Stone, do you still remember the east end of Xiaobo Guanting Street? That's my family's old ancestral temple. How did you know about it? Ah, it must be Brian. That temple used to be quite magnificent, but now it's all abandoned. We finally found you, Sinusura. What was that? The author of the book Death Under the Caisson, Sinusura, that's you, right? You must be kidding. I have no clue about writing a book. Namaste, Sergeant Singh. Your presence brings radiance to my humble store. Police inspection. Get out of the way. Shh, shh, shh. Sergeant, this is a small business. Please don't disturb the guests. I've already prepared the items you need. They are in the study. Why are we still here? Chungping, I need to attend to Sergeant Singh first, so... I will come back to visit tomorrow. So you are Shen Chungping? Yes, it's me. Do you know me? You did a good job on that case in Hanyang. The sergeant even knows about the case in Hanyang Ironworks. Are there still people in Shanghai who don't know the name Shen Chungping? That article in Shanghai News has become the talk of the city. Shen, you've become famous. Alright, let's get down to business. Sergeant Singh, please come this way. Shen, since we cannot visit Stonewood today, how about we go eat something? Yeah, I found out the scallion oil noodles at the hotel we're staying at are really good. 2 hours later. Shen, my stomach is so full. I can't move. Guess who ate a whole 8 treasure duck after finishing the noodles? It's all because the duck at the neighboring table smelled so good. I feel so sleepy after eating so much. Who is it? I'll go take a look. Someone left a note. Unavailable this afternoon. Meet at 8 PM in the study of my store. Come alone. Is it Stonewoo inviting you? Wind this way. Get some sleep. I'll go check. Go early. Come back early. So that was the hotel that we were staying at, the since 1892 thing. Various items loved by ladies are displayed in this cabinet. There are the popular Shuangmei brand snowflake paste and fragrant flower water, rose whitening water, beauty liquid and flower water. The cabinet contains various bottles, each filled with distilled water from different brands. That's an advertisement for Watson's Cola Water. Cola water, strong flavor, as refreshing as nectar. Stonewoo, are you there? Is he gonna have a dagger in him? I am Shen Chungping, here for the appointment. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I'll wait for him in the study. Oh, there's no one in there. Okay, wait. Let me just check if I missed anything on the left side of the room. On the counter there are copper human body models, presumably used to demonstrate human anatomy. The cabinet also contains some carefully preserved calligraphy and paintings, as well as a safe. On the cabinet there is a hat and a stack of documents. Various documents and a few photographs are displayed on the cabinet. There is a photo of my brother, Stonewoo. Judging from my brother's attire, it must have been taken 7 or 8 years ago. Complete set of delicate tea utensils is placed on the desk. Next to the tea utensils there is a key. On the right side of the desk, there is a stack of documents with a sticky note on top. Uh-huh. What is this? This document is... The Shanghai Enigma, Chapter 6. Ah! Murder! It's murder! It's so noisy outside. What's happening? Shen hasn't returned all night. I should go out and take a look. Officer, what happened in this foreign goods store? It's none of your concern. Mind your own business. My friend had a meeting here last night with someone and he hasn't returned yet. I'm really worried about him. Can you let me go in and have a look? We're investigating a case. Go elsewhere to find your friend. Officer, my friend's name is Shen Chungping. He's a detective featured in the newspaper. I'm his assistant. You can't come in. That's final. Even if your friend is the Emperor himself, still not allowed. Then can you tell me what kind of case happened inside? Maybe Shen and I can provide some clues. The murder case. The victim is a man wearing glasses. Wearing glasses? What did the victim look like? Another annoying reporter. No, that's not true. I'm worried that the victim might be my friend. Don't think I can't see through you. No interviews. Get lost. But... One more word and I'll detain you. Why can't we speak to her? I heard there was a murder. Really? That's so scary. And you gonna watch it? Why don't you go? I've been in line. It'll be my turn soon. So have I. In fact, even if someone gets the formula, it wouldn't have a substantial impact on our business. I've heard Watson Group set up a large reward for clues about the Shanghai Phantom. Is this true? More precisely, it's the police that have issued the reward for collecting clues about the thief. The reward is actually provided by Watson Group. We believe that this will not only help maintain public safety, but also demonstrates Watson Group's support and commitment to social order. So, how effective has the reward been? Unfortunately, we cannot disclose too much information at the moment. The police are fully dedicated to the investigation. I have faith in their professionalism. Once there is substantial progress, they will announce it promptly. Thank you for your time. Looking forward to the next meeting. I'm looking forward to it as well. Watson Group offers a hefty reward for the arrogant Shanghai Phantom. How about this? Koshin! Shen! Afu, calm down. Take your time. What happened to Mr. Shen? Shen may have been murdered. What? Mr. Shen was murdered? Last night, Shen went alone to Stone Foreign Goods store and he didn't come back all night. This morning I found the store was surrounded by the police. There was a murder case inside. The victim was a man wearing glasses. Don't worry, let's head to the scene to gather information. Well, what if we go that way? Okay. Aren't we supposed to go to the store to inquire about Mr. Shen? Why are we at the theater? I went in the wrong direction. Why are you staying there? The police officer is still there at the door. He had driven me away earlier. If I go now, he will definitely recognize me. I got it. Wait here for me. Be careful, Koshin. He seems to dislike journalists a lot. But don't worry, there's nothing I can't find out. Ten minutes later. The on-duty officer is Officer Lee Ko from the Central Police Department. He gave me good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Let's hear the bad news. Oh no, let's actually hear the good news first. The victim of the shooting case at the foreign goods store is not Mr. Shen. Thank goodness, thank goodness. And the bad news is... The victim is Stone Wu, owner of the store. Officer Lee has no idea where Mr. Shen is. It's him! Earlier you said Mr. Shen went to the store last night for an appointment to meet Stone Wu. Yes, Stone Wu is a crucial witness. Or was a crucial witness. Could it be that Shen went alone to catch the murderer? Does Mr. Shen often leave without informing others and go after criminals alone? This is the first time something like this has happened since we've known each other. Officer Lee said the body was found by the assistant, Ting Xiang, when she arrived at 7 AM today. The body was found in the study room of the foreign goods store. Study room? They were supposed to meet in the study room of the foreign goods store. What exactly happened last night? Afu, I have a bad feeling about this. What kind of feeling? In any case, we must find Mr. Shen as soon as possible. But Shanghai is so big, I don't even know where to begin. Let's start by asking if anyone around here has seen him. Have you seen him? Okay, we can't even ask him. We'll just, you know, go back to where we came from. How far can we go? Shen is also not at the dock. Afu, we can't wander aimlessly. It's impossible to find Mr. Shen this way. Well, you don't know that yet. Shen's disappearance has thrown my mind into chaos. Koshin, where did you say we should go earlier? We can go to the Lyceum Theatre to inquire first. To the theatre, I see. But what about the hotel? Perhaps Shen has left me some instructions in the room. Should we go back and take a look? Yeah, why not? This is Shen's briefcase. It contains documents of Shen's brother's case, and he often takes it out to review. What is this machine? This is my new invention, the phonograph broadcasting machine. My suitcase was full, so I stuffed it into Shen's. What is a phonograph broadcasting machine? It consists of two machines, a broadcasting machine and a phonograph. The sound received, even from far away, can be recorded and broadcast through a phonograph. Like a figure with super hearing in mythology? Exactly. If I further improve it, we can do long-distance sound transmission. That sounds great, but there is one drawback. Long-distance sound transmission only allows for one to speak or listen. Two-way would be ideal. That's easy. By using two of the machines simultaneously, we can both listen and speak. Two machines? It's not convenient to carry. I haven't figured out how to make it portable yet. Try adding a button first. When we hear a sound, we press it and the other person will know. This is a book that Shen reads every day. The English Law Review, The Great King Code, Handbook for Judicial Examiners. They are all books related to law, fitting for Mr. Shen. Oh, it was out of screen, like out of view. Mysterious case in Hanyang Ironworks unveiled. Traveling detective's clever strategy revealed. Unveiled. Isn't this the article I wrote? This newspaper is being sold everywhere as we got to Shanghai, so I bought one as a souvenir. Readers are eagerly looking forward to seeing the two detectives solve a new case again. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Okay. Off to the theater. What are you carrying there, by the way? Oh, is it food? Possibly. What are you queuing for? Whatever, just queue. There's a lost cat notice posted on a wall. It is written in both Chinese and English, asking if you've seen this cat. If you have any information, please contact me through the address provided below. If we still don't have any news about Shen, should I also consider posting a lost notice? Mr. Scarecrow, have you seen Mr. Ginger? JJ, hi, but I haven't seen Mr. Ginger. Mr. Scarecrow also hasn't seen Mr. Ginger. JJ will never see Mr. Ginger again. JJ, don't cry. I'm with Afu to find Mr. Shen, and I can help ask about Mr. Ginger's whereabouts for you. Thank you. When did Mr. Ginger go missing? It was last night. Last night again? Is this just a coincidence? Can you describe Mr. Ginger's appearance? Mr. Ginger was wearing an orange shirt and had white gloves on. His eyes were big, his ears were pointed, and his tail was long. Oh, it's a cat. Mr. Ginger has pointed ears and a long tail? JJ, is the Mr. Ginger you mentioned the cat on the wall poster? Yes, Mr. Ginger is my favorite cat. I see. I will keep an eye out for him. Really? I'm going to tell Mr. Tin Woodman about this good news.
JJ, it's time for breakfast.
Coming. Let's go, Afu. Let's find the two misters. I remember her. She's a store assistant at the foreign goods store. Was a store assistant. And her name is Ting Xiang. Well, let's just ask and see. Perhaps she knows some information. Miss Ting. Is it uncomfortable for everyone with me standing here? I'll leave right away. Relax. I'm a Shanghai news journalist. We are investigating the incident this morning. Miss Ting, I wonder if you would be willing to help? Well, I may not be able to help anyone. Ting Xiang, would you like to introduce yourself first? I'm not worth mentioning at all. I only bring misfortune to others. My parents smoked opium. I saved money to buy a cessation drug, but after they took it, they all... 1 month ago, I was working at the Taiping Hotel. A customer was allergic to peanuts, and my boss heard that the customer was from the Green Gang, packed up and ran away overnight. A week ago, I started working at a bakery run by the British. A car crashed into the wall. The collapsing wall hit him right on the back of his head. A few days ago, I finally got a job at the foreign goods store, but then the boss, I feel like I'm constantly surrounded by misfortune. These things are not your fault. Don't worry, we just want to ask you for your help in answering some questions. Tingxiang, did you happen to see the man who visited the foreign goods store with me last night? No, after you left, I didn't see him again. But Stonewu arranged to meet him at 8 PM in the study room of the store. After Sergeant Singh came yesterday, my boss decided to close early, so I went home after work. As the boss spoke, he also glanced at me a little more. He must be disliking me. I should have walked away on my own earlier. So, you didn't see Mr. Shen? No, I didn't. Were you the first to discover the body? Yes. Are you willing to talk about the process of discovering the body? My boss's glance haunted me endlessly. I decided to arrive early today and behave well. When I arrived, I found the front door unlocked, so I went in to see if we had been robbed. After entering, I felt something was wrong. The study door should have been closed. I went to check the study room, but I saw the boss lying in a pool of blood. There was a hole in his body. It was so terrifying. Is there any other information? Officer Lee said the boss might have provoked the Green Gang. I'm thinking, could it be those deceased bosses coming to claim my life? That the Green Gang was actually looking for me. Miss Ting, don't think too much about it. That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you, Miss Ting. Did what I said really help you? It was helpful. Actually, this information is quite important. It seems I can't be of help to anyone.
What a ray of sunshine.
The theater is empty. There is no one here. The Yuki Magic Troupe's Wonderful Hands series magic is currently in hot performance. Showtime is from 7:30 PM to 8:45 PM. Magician Julia is about to subvert your imagination. Oh, and there she is. Shen mentioned 2 days ago about watching the magic together. Afu? Wait, how did you know my name? Julia, long time no see. How have you been? Kosin, it's been long since you last came to watch the performance. I was on a business trip to Hanyang and just came back to follow the theft case. Once things settle down, I'll come find you for a tea. Afu, don't you recognize the magician Julia? Are you? Yinchu! 2 years have passed in the blink of an eye. Are you here because of Mr. Shen? Have you seen Shen? You don't know? He was arrested here last night. Arrested? Arrested? During the intermission of the performance last night, about 8:30, I saw him in the lobby. There were many police officers in the lobby and a detective. They surrounded Mr. Shen. Mr. Shen was holding a gun in his hand, and the policeman dared not approach him. A gun? How could Shen have a gun? If even you didn't know, how could Julia know? Later, the Indian sergeant ordered Mr. Shen to put down his weapon. After Mr. Shen dropped his gun, the police tied him up and took him away.
He doesn't look very tied up there.
Did Mr. Shen say anything at the time? Mr. Shen remained silent throughout, and his face looked very pale. I tried to inquire about why Mr. Shen was arrested, but the police remained tight-lipped. Seems like we need to go to the police station to find out more about the situation. Yinchu, was a warning line set up by the police? They said it's evidence and it must be preserved as it is. If there's anything I can help with, feel free to ask me. Thank you, Yinchu. It's still early in the morning. The ticket seller hasn't started working yet. Okay. So Shen was arrested. So what I'm presuming happened is that... What I'm presuming happened is that Shen got that letter from someone. It doesn't necessarily have to have been from Stonewu. In fact, I believe it was specifically not from Stonewu because sort of like paper cuttings were used instead of just handwriting. And I believe that Shen would have very likely recognized Stonewu's handwriting. So someone else made Shen go to the store. In that store, in the study room, there was a letter that Shen found that presumably said something about evidence regarding the murder of his brother being in a locker in the theater. Shen then went over to the locker to find whatever was there, part of that being a gun. In the meantime, the murder of Stonewu was taking place. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why that happened yet. We'll find out. But Stonewu was murdered. The interesting part is... Wait a second. I'm slightly confused by the timeline now because Shen was arrested last night at 8:30. The body of Stonewu was only found the next morning by his assistant. So why exactly was Shen arrested? Why were the police even there? That's my question. Because it can't have been for the murder of Stonewu. And just Shen holding a gun would not lead to any arrest. Except for, like, if they had been specifically called because there was a man holding a gun and doing whatever, but it felt more like they were already after him beforehand. Maybe someone alerted them. Maybe, like, the person who murdered Stonewu called the police and sent them to the theater claiming that there was a person holding a gun or whatever. That's the only way I can imagine. And then he, like, left them with that information, didn't tell them anything about the actual murder happening because they were going to find that out anyway. But in fact, because of that, they had already got the culprit in their minds when they found Shen last night. Maybe. That's sort of what I'm, imagining is roughly what happened. Toby Cheng, why did you take our picture? Oh, isn't this reporter Wen? Sorry, I was so focused on taking pictures of the theater gate that I didn't notice you coming out. What? Why were you taking pictures of the theater gate? To supplement some image material for the big news last night. Yesterday's big news. Were you at the scene when Mr. Shen was arrested? Yes, not only was I at the scene, but I also captured a very important moment. Can I see that photo? Of course not. This is big news, and I plan to do follow-up reports. I won't disclose any details. Koshin, I feel like I've seen Toby Cheng somewhere before. Yes, on the suspect list of Shen. He is a senior reporter in our press. Always thinking I'm competing with him for headlines. Maybe you've read his articles before? Nope, that wasn't it. The tram. Should we take the tram? I heard this is the first tram with tracks in Xiangnam. We can also enjoy the scenery of the Huangpu River along the way. But taking the tram is faster than walking, and it can save us some time. Wanna try it? My treat.
Sure.
Great, thank you, Cousin.
Of course, we'll try the tram.
Detective Shen was caught late. What did it say? Late last night?
Hey there, buddy. Sis, take a look at the newspaper just arrived. Hot news. Watson Cola water formula stolen. International Opium Commission date confirmed. And more. Arrested Detective Shen Chongping's true identity exposed. He was actually...
Actually what?
Curious. Buy a newspaper and find out.
I'll take one.
Its content is totally nonsense.
This incident was reported so quickly. This article states that Shen was arrested because he was an accomplice to a thief. It also claims that he was involved in the theft of the 4 major families' vaults a week ago. But we weren't even here a week ago. Full of lies. Shen and I just arrived in Shanghai yesterday.
This doesn't concern me. I'm just selling newspapers. If you think they got it wrong, go find them.
Deliberately stirring up controversy and exaggerating things to grab attention. As I expected, the article is written by Toby Chang. My bolo!
I kind of just want to see how much... Okay, we like rode for about 150 meters. I don't think that saved that much time.
My bolo!
I'll not read out these out loud because they disappear so quickly. A reward.
Hey, clue is valuable. There are 2 sacks in the corner of the police station, filled with discarded tip-off letters. Huh? Both of these 2 letters mentioned last night. I dreamt the Shanghai Phantom would steal from the Xiangyu antique store on the evening of September 14th. I overheard whispers there'd be a theft by the Shanghai Phantom at 8 PM September 14th at Yu Garden. I'm not sure if it's related to Shen, but let's take note of it for now. There is a box full of letters on the table. It is also surrounded by various reports and letters. Officer, may I ask if Mr. Shen Chongping was arrested last night? What is your relationship with him? Mr. Shen is a detective and I'm his assistant. Currently, Mr. Shen is being investigated at the police station. Is he okay? I want to see him. I know how you feel, but he is involved in a major case and can't be visited. Please go back. Officer Wu, is Aunt Li doing well recently? Miss Wen, long time no see. Thanks to those medical journals you brought, my mom's condition has improved a lot. It was just a small favor.
You know, just a small favor, like letting us see Mr. Shen.
Are you here for Mr. Shen's case as well? Mr. Shen suddenly went missing and we're all very worried about him. What happened really? We just had a briefing meeting. The chief requested strict confidentiality of this case. I understand. I just want to know some basic information. Alright, what do you want to know? Officer Wu, how is Shen doing now? He's physically fine, but his mood is a bit low.
Who could have thought?
Ah, did he say anything? He hasn't said anything. That's also the biggest issue at the moment. When we asked him about the crime, he simply said he doesn't remember anything. Sergeant Singh believes he is intentionally not cooperating. Unfortunately, Mr. Joseph intervened. Could there be any hidden circumstances in this? We have gathered sufficient evidence, so there's probably no hidden circumstances. Since strict confidentiality was emphasized, it means what Mr. Shen has done is very serious. Am I right? The content of the briefing meeting is absolutely confidential. All I can say is that it's unfavorable for Mr. Shen. Many pieces of evidence point towards him. What is the reason for Mr. Shen's arrest? The initial charge was illegal possession of weapons upon entering the international settlement. Initial? So were there new charges later? It seems that the subsequent crimes involved are more serious than illegal possession of weapons. Miss Wen, you guessed it right. We did discover during the investigation that Mr. Shen is involved in other major cases. What exactly are these major cases? The recent major case in the international settlement. Could it be? Shanghai Phantom has caused panic lately. He or she may have stolen the formula of Watson Cola water. The police even issued a reward notice for this. Is Mr. Shen involved in this? After the reward was issued, we received various kinds of tip-off letters. But most of them were hearsay and rumors, complicating the investigation instead. Officer Wu, is Shen... I cannot comment on whether Mr. Shen is related to the theft case.
Blink twice for yes.
The recent... Oh. Is it related to the murder case at Stone Foreign Goods store? Mr. Shen met with Stone Wu at Stone's store last night, and Stone was found dead this morning. Stone Wu was shot to death, and Mr. Shen was initially charged with illegal possession of a gun. Are you suspecting Mr. Shen as the murderer of Stone Wu? The murderer? Impossible. I'm sorry, I cannot disclose any information about the murder case. Judging from your reaction, you don't really think both cases are related to Mr. Shen, do you? How can you make such random speculations, Miss Wen? So it's actually true. Since the briefing meeting was held, it seems that the police have obtained some evidence. You guessed it again. Mr. Shen is the sole suspect in the shooting at the foreign goods store with solid evidence. Yeah, how could this happen? Miss Wen, I really can't say any more. Please make sure to keep the information we just discussed strictly confidential. You can trust us. We will keep our lips sealed. Officer Wu, Shen couldn't have committed murder. Can you find a way for me to meet him? I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of authority.
Hey you, who's making a fuss in the police station?
Sergeant Singh.
Officer Wu, what's going on here?
He is Shen Chungping's assistant and wants to visit.
Hey you, what are you thinking? So any assistant can visit like that? Shen Chungping is a notorious murderer. Were you planning to let him collude with this guy?
I'm sorry.
Sergeant Singh, if I have it right, the suspect has the right to be visited during detention.
Mr. Joseph.
Besides, he hasn't said a word since his arrest, which is not conducive to the investigation. Allowing him to meet with a friend, perhaps it's good for cooperation. Hey, you! You do make some sense. Officer Wu, bring Shen Chungping out.
Shen, are you alright? I know you couldn't have done it. What really happened? Shen, if there's anything I can do, let me know. Shen, please talk to me. You shouldn't have come. My case has nothing to do with you. Mr. Shen, is it true that you killed Stone Rue? I don't know. Go. Don't waste any more time on me. Shen, why would you say something like that? Go. Stop meddling in this matter.
Hey, it's about time to take the suspect back. Since Mr. Shen can speak now, he should be able to cooperate with my interrogation later, right?
Afu, let's go. Shen! Shen! How could it turn out like this? Shen refuses to tell us what happened and doesn't let us help. Who is he to say we can't interfere? It's understandable to be worried about dragging you into it, but he underestimates me. I have an idea. We can serve as his defense counsels. Defense counsels? It means defending the suspect in a criminal court and helping him protect his rights. Great idea. But we don't have a lawyer's license. We need a letter of authorization from Mr. Shen first. We can also defend him as friends or relatives. That won't work. Shen will definitely not give us a letter of authorization. There's another way, but it requires waiting for a few days. What is it? I interviewed Sergeant Singh before and noticed a habit of his. After finishing questioning, he'd asked the suspect to leave extra fingerprints on blank paper. Mr. Shen must be no exception. As long as we obtain a paper with Mr. Shen's fingerprints, we can make the letter on our own. It seems like this is the only way. But why do we have to wait for a few days? I have to send a letter to the police station first, and after receiving the approval, only then can I enter Sergeant Singh's office in the name of an interview. I have a solution. Tell me about it. It's still early. Let's go around the crime scene first and see if we can find more clues. Come back here at 8 PM tonight. Afu and Wenkosin investigated other areas, but found nothing useful, I think it said. Afu, why did we bring your invention here? You'll find out soon enough. You're not planning to break into the police station at night, are you? That's exactly what I have in mind. This is a common padlock, quite easy to open. But Koshin, can you tell me how to get to Sergeant Singh's office? Once I'm inside, I'll need you to keep watch outside. This is too risky. Can't you even wait for a day? I'm afraid of the problems that may be incurred by a delay. Alright. Okay. The lock is open. Alright, Koshin. Then I'll go now. Hurry in and come back quickly. Oh, that's, yeah. Once you're in the sergeant's office, focus on the files related to the shooting case. Understood.